Good afternoon. My name is Jack Morrissey. I'm the Executive Director for the Conference of Mayors, and I thank you all for being here for this panel session. And I thank the panelists for being here for this panel session. This morning, before we start, we're going to have a presentation by Colonel Carmen Venticinque. The Colonel has 36 years with the Army National Guard. He's currently the chair of the NJESGR. Has been for the past 4 years. He lives in Toms River, New Jersey, and ESGR has always been a good partner with New Jersey Conference of Mayors, and we're appreciative of that. And Colonel, would you please step forward and make your presentation?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I don't think I need the microphone. Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be brief because I want you, ladies and gentlemen, and the panel here to get to the important work on the issues facing our municipalities in the state today. And being a citizen of the state of New Jersey, I'm very interested in what goes on in this room. Employer support of the Guard and Reserve. Very quickly, I want to tell you what we're about. We're a Department of Defense organization. We were established back in 1972 by an act of Congress. And our mission is to reach out to employers to obtain their support for their employees who are members of the National Guard and Reserve. Why do we need an ESGR? Well, as a result of the lessons learned from the Vietnam War, America's national strategy fully integrates the reserve components into the total force. 1.3 million men and women serving in our reserve components, Army, Air, Marines, Navy, Coast Guard, represent almost 1/2 of the nation's total military strength. It's a known fact that our military, our full-time military today, could not go to war without the support of our reserve components. Since 9/11, we are calling men and women to active duty involuntarily in support of military conflicts all over the world, and especially in Iraq and in Afghanistan. Since 9/11, over 800,000 men and women, reservists, Guard and Reserve, have been called to active duty in support of operations around the world, over 800,000. As we speak right now, over 90,000 men and women of the reserve components are spread around the world supporting our active military, many of them in harm's way. In fact, over 1,600 of them are from our very own state of New Jersey. They are your sons and daughters, friends and neighbors, all from the state of New Jersey. I think you'll all agree that economic prosperity and freedoms, the freedoms enjoyed by the citizens of our great nation, are not possible without national security. Thus, employer support is a vital issue for reservists. We cannot continue to rely on them unless we have the support of employers throughout our state, throughout our nation. When you consider that an estimated population of the United States is somewhere over 300 million, and you have a population base that is being defended by 2.7 military personnel, both active and reserve, that equates to only about 0.8% of our population defending the other 99.2%. That's pretty amazing. So the men and women of the Guard and Reserve who sacrifice so much for our nation should not have to sacrifice their livelihood when they return from serving their country. And that's what ESGR is all about, protecting those job rights of our men and women in the reserve components. I would like at this time to thank the New Jersey Conference of Mayors for their support in spreading the ESGR message to all of the municipalities represented here today. Thank you for your understanding and support that all of the municipalities, most all of the municipalities in New Jersey have shown to their employees, public employees who are members of the Guard and Reserve, and to their the citizens of their town. Many of you have conducted events to honor and welcome them home as they return from active duty, and I thank you for that. Many of you municipalities have decided to go well above the requirements of the law in taking care of your public employees who are members of the Guard and Reserve. Additionally, in September of 2010, the president of the Conference of Mayors signed a letter asking each of you mayors to sign a statement of support, and that resulted in 550 statements of support being signed, showing your support for our men and women in the Guard and Reserve. The Conference has always been a supporter, beginning with mayors and former mayors who are members of our committee, like Kathy Frank White, Tim McDonough, Skip Danielson, Carol Besky, and many others of you who have participated in our events. I think Mayor Booker's in the room, and the mayor came on one of our boss lists a couple of years back when the 50th Brigade got mobilized. So in recognition of that support, I would like to present to the New Jersey Conference of Mayors the Employer Support of the Guard and Reserve 7 Seals Award for the meritorious leadership and initiative demonstrated in support of the men and women of the National Guard and Reserve. And before I present the award, I would just want to mention one last thing. This year we're asking you for another type of support. We can all agree that New Jersey's unemployment rate is high, about 9%. However, among veterans, among our young men and women returning back from these deployments and older veterans, we're talking 15 to 18% unemployment. This is unacceptable. The men and women who serve and deserve our nation's support must be assisted in finding meaningful employment. And ESGR is now working on an employment initiative. I would ask that you visit our website, NJESGR.org, to find out more about it. We're going to be putting out some information through the conference to all of you and asking your support to not only give veterans, I know some of you are civil service activities, some of you are not, but I ask all of you to give veterans preference when you're seeking employees for your towns, and encourage the employers within your towns to do the same. So at this time, I'd like to call John Morrison, your executive director, up to present the 7 Seals Award.
Would also Senator Sweeney join us?
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you for your
Very much,
support.
Carl. Thank you very much for being here at the presentation. 550 resolutions from 566 towns is pretty good.
Yeah, good.